Hey everyone, I'm Boater.
I'm Chris. Wait.
And that's Mike. And we're going to be cooking for like a dozen people. These are what we're serving stuff in.
And we're gonna get drunk!
And we're going to get drunk. So, this is going to be hilarious. We got to go get some stuff, then we're going to come back here to the kitchen, and we're going to have some fucking baked ziti. I'm
Delicious
Boater.
baked ziti.
Let's cook something.
There's a lack of temperature right now. Okay, so we have, for the baked ziti, 4 pounds of uncooked ziti, 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage, 1 pound of hot Italian sausage, there you go, 2 pounds of chopped meat, 85% fat, not 85% lean, 85% fat. Makes it taste better. Like Death Burgers back in the day.
That's gonna reduce to 2 ounces.
1 package of mushrooms so Boater can cut it.
Yay!
2 tubs of ragout. 3 pounds of mozzarella. 3 cans of Tuderosa crushed tomatoes, which I hope they have that brand. A stick of butter, which I hope you have at home.
Yeah.
1 package of grated cheese if we want it. And that's all we need for the baked ziti. I mean, it's... If I met Mike, the math here, that's what, 8 pounds? 4, 5, 6. Oh, then we have the mozzarella. 10. It's like 10 pounds of ingredients.
I guess you could say we're gonna be heavy eaters. As well as drinkers.
We also need a bag of sugar, some lime juice, some lemon juice, and whiskey. We already have the whiskey though.
We have the whiskey. I came prepared.
And we need cream soda for my drink. Does anyone have a preference on pasta brand?
I don't
Or
care.
cost? Are we gonna go by cost here?
All of them.
Not store brand. Not that.
True.
Do you need some help getting that off the top shelf, little boy?
Yes, I do.
Sick burn.
Do we want store brand or not here?
I don't personally care. Sometimes you can find a nice, like local brand dude. No, we're getting links, son.
You cook them and then you cut.
Oh, okay.
You thought we were cutting that into slices?
Yeah, that's what I'm like, what the f are you talking about?
You know, these and some sweet Italian sausage over here. Do you have?
We used to drink beer. Now we just drink liquor.
Boater, do you have a cheese shredder?
Yes.
Like a great shredder?
Yes.
Did you find it? Because I freaking cut it by hand last time.
Oh. Well then maybe.
The answer is no.
We have to go to the more expensive room. Oh my gosh.
5 pounds.
Is that about how much we need?
Kate wanted more extra cheese.
That's a lot of cheese though. Will you use extra mozzarella at some point?
Yeah, we'll find a use for it.
Fucking 5 pound bag of mozzarella.
So Chris, you totally turn super pretentious when you say Rocco. Like your face and your expression and the way you say it is super pretentious. Like, ha ha ha, Rocco.
We actually are supporting store brand for this one.
What's this fancy?
Well, we're getting some
What's
fancy
this non-craft
Asiago
stuff?
cheese and some Romano. Why are we getting 2? Because they're Rogo.
Waiting for the one store that goes, Bogo, buy one, get one. That's it.
No. No.
Oh God. Do you want to get?
No.
Oh God.
No.
Everything makes me sad in the world.
No!
Fail. Mike, here we go. No, you stand over there.
No.
No.
No. Damn it.
Yeah.
And since we're drinking, the last piece of the puzzle.
All right, what kind of cups do we want though? We get the official solo brand.
Square cups.
in college.
Square cups.
Square cup? Yeah, square cups.
Square cups.
Magnus.
No.
But
I'm already trusting you with knives today.
But
Put the fire away.
But fire.
Put the fire away.
Bad Chris.
Yep.
Success!
Huzzah!
Yay!
All right,
It's
let's
cold.
get this. Let's get this loaded up and then get back to the kitchen.
Crossroads Station, this is the Transport Nightingale, requesting permission to dock. The colony was devastated by the blast, and it is currently unknown if there are any survivors.
I'm convinced it was more than just an accident.
Catherine, that's insane. There's no government conspiracy.
Your daughter is a problem. She aided the monarchs in their revolts.
I don't want to be remembered as having started a war. I just believe that my people should be given better equipment and safer working conditions.
I told you that this would happen. No more playing nice. No more coddling the people. Tell them what's going to happen to them, and you will find them more than supportive of my methods.
Naval forces are closing on our ships.
I'm starting to think that the government we support is corrupt. We can't do anything about it.
If we want a revolution, we really have to want it.
Are you sure we should do this?
Our path is clear. We strike back at Earth directly.
You wouldn't dare!
Open fire.
The government might stand down if the people know what's really going on here.
War is upon us. We either take it to them or they will come back here with greater numbers.
The bloodshed
is the only thing that will get us our freedom.
You and your ships are ordered to stand down and surrender immediately. If you fail to comply, then Elmore will suffer the consequences.
If you want to play a game of terror, fine. Just remember, you're playing against terrorists.
If there's something more going on here, the people involved won't be happy about the truth being uncovered.
Alright, so we're back from that fun shopping trip, and we're ready to start cooking. We're going to be working on the baked ziti. Mike really won't have much to do with that, so Mike, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be making some fresh whiskey sours, and they're pretty simple. Got 4 ingredients: simple syrup, which is just water, sugar, lemon juice, lime juice, and whiskey. That's all you need. So we're going to start with that.
Alright, cool.
Is that 5 ingredients? Water and sugar?
Alright, cool. Let's get started.
For the big ziti, first we're going to start trying to boil this huge pot of water.
Okay, well, we're waiting for that to
First, we're going to cook up all the meat, one thing at a time. They will be each tossed into their own individual pan over there. Basically, big ziti, all you're doing is cooking all the ingredients first, then you put it in the oven. So it's a fairly simple thing to do when you have a lot of people.
Wait, so we're not just baking the ziti? I'm done.
Why don't we have Mike start with his simple syrup first?
Yeah, because that's going to be nice and simple, and then you just let it cool and get out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Do that, get the off our stove.
Jesus fucking. So is the smoke supposed to be coming on the outside of the pan? Alright, so we're going to start with a simple syrup. It's literally just water and sugar, 1 part water, 1 part sugar. I like to use water that you drink, water that's been filtered. Start by just boiling the water. Once the water's boiled, you add the sugar. The reason that we boil the water is because when you add the sugar, it does a chemical change which bonds the molecules together, blah, 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 blah. It basically makes it into a syrup which is slightly thicker than water, and it's sweet and good for drinks.
So, Mike, how did you do in high school chemistry?
I know my booze. What can I say?
Really, Chris? What? You can use regular as an olive oil. Your Italian grandmother would slap you around. If you were in a minority, I would slap you around.
Thank you for boring me in my super religious face. I hope I get a shot of it.
It's so funny, because you're like, you can eat it, we're gone.
For my sauce, very quick sauce, it takes about a half hour to make. Normally, I only use like 2 cans. The 4 is going to take a little bit longer. No, we don't add them yet. You can show the... Get your cans away from me.
Wait, what's with Butter's cans?
Oh. Those are my jugs, thank you.
So first, take Italian seasoning, garlic.
Thanks for showing us the nutrition of the... I think Italian seasoning and a nutrition label.
Ingredients, garlic.
And some 03540900016.
Yes, exactly. And some garlic salt with parsley flakes in it.
Green.
Fancy.
Add a bunch of it into here, And I mean a bunch of it.
Basically, I'm just happy when there's any food being cooked in my kitchen that isn't on the yellow to brown spectrum.
We're not playing modern video games here.
Notice we're not doing exact measurements, anything. This is just winging it. But that's okay, because by the time we have it, we shall be at least somewhat inebriated, so...
It'll be delicious.
Caring will be less.
Waiting for this to heat up. You'll start to smell it, it'll start to actually cook. And it's on medium heat right now. Once it actually hits the temperature I want it and everything starts to boil and brown in it, that's when you toss in a little bit of sauce. You only toss in a little bit because it's going to splatter really high. Stir it around a little bit, which we need a very spoon like this big for what we have right now.
Okay, good. All the spoons are that big. Mike, your water's boiling.
Yes.
What next?
Have a wooden spoon, please.
Wooden spoon for Mike.
I like using wooden
Bend
spoon.
over.
Now you have to watch that.
Once you have started adding the sauce, you just turn the heat low, simmer for a while, and we'll get back to the rest of it when we actually get to that point.
Now that the water's boiling, we have the wicked hard job of putting sugar into it.
What?
Oh.
And now we get it all dissolved. Wait for it. Wait for it. And congratulations, we now have simple syrup.
Yay.
Now we let this cool because
That was easy.
Yeah.
And that's it?
That's it.
Yay.
It's simple syrup. What do you want from me?
Make it more simple and a little less syrupy. So when it gets good and brown like it is now, that's when you toss in a little bit of sauce. And you're gonna hear, oh, not that bad. But then you want to stir a little bit, and then you toss some more in. We have 4 cans to do this. Another trick I use is to save a little bit of the sauce in here, just in case you over-flavor that, you have a little bit to dilute it. And now something that will pour Mike. So I use, instead of sugar and using like 4 pounds of
Dude,
sugar.
I was joking.
What?
I was joking about using sweet and low packets.
Nope, they're indeed.
Yeah, this kid is legit, son.
I refuse to acknowledge legit and a pink sweet and low packet at the same time.
It's sweet, it's easily regulated, and it doesn't have calories.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. As opposed to dumping in probably an equal amount of sugar into this thing and...
this is boiling back here.
Oh, sweet. Mike, that's all you, buddy. You're in charge of boiling things today.
Okay, we're gonna cook pasta.
Careful, it's hot.
Move out of the friggin' way! Now, I don't know if you kids have ever actually tried boiling pasta before, but you open a box of pasta,
and you
pour it in boiling water.
Oh, you don't salt your water? Okay.
Yeah, we do, but I forgot.
Use the garlic salt. Not that...
I'm sure we'll live.
So the box says 12 minutes for tender. Is that what we're looking for, or are we looking for a little more al dente?
We're looking for less al dente.
Yeah, because it's going to cook inside.
You want to do it like for 10 minutes?
It says 10 al dente.
Oh, 10 al dente? Then we
So-
want it in for 8 minutes.
Okay, cool. So slightly undercooked.
Slightly undercooked.
Ooh, can we do this again?
So little.
Just want to stir my sauce.
Boder wants to stir your sauce.
So now you just have to keep adding those simple ingredients
Until you like it.
until you like. Yeah, basically.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Pax.
You're needed in Toronto.
Can do.
Missing persons case. Professor Michael Vanguard. He was reported missing after not appearing to a faculty meeting.
Thanks to this shiny darling, has been upsized to a kidnapping. Know where to start?
The Foundation believes the Luddites have progressed faster than anticipated. They have Enoch Crom to thank for that.
The Luddites refuse to be slaves to the cybernetic machines.
I'll be appointed to a specific task that, when done, simply step aside.
When you get rid of all the cyborgs, you mean?
Exactly.
The collective will of humanity told the machine, we don't want you.
Get down to detention immediately. We've got a problem.
The cyborg prison?
It's as secure a place as any.
The war has begun.
And why am I not shooting people?
Because, Gunslinger, the media got here first.
We need to get inside that building and do it now.
I'm supposed to protect them from people like you.
Give me what I want, or the city will burn! you're not human, are you?
And now our job is 10 times harder than it was yesterday.
But it's still our job to do.
Do you have like an oven mitt?
It's good for your skin, Mike.
Shut up, Chris. No. Actually, extremely hot temperatures are bad for your skin.
Steam is good for your skin. It moisturizes it.
You know what also moisturizes my skin?
Not moisture.
Water.
No,
it doesn't.
Dehydrates it.
Actually, that's not true. It's your skin gets wet, and then the air that blows past your skin causes it to dehydrate. It's not the water itself that does dehydration.
Thank you, Mr. Scientist person. Wait, who has a science degree here? That's right, me.
I have a science degree.
What do you have a science
I have a
degree?
bachelor's in science and business.
That's an art degree, and you know it.
We're doing everything from this angle now. You guys look taller this way.
Sorry, Chris.
We gotta put Chris behind us and he'll still look short.
Here we go.
No, lower, lower. Ah. Lower, lower. Okay, while you two are down there.
Now pouring out the water.
As Mike scalds himself.
Oh god, it burns like heat.
That is like a perfect fit.
So the next step is to keep the pasta from, as it cools, it will stick to itself. So we need some kind of liquid barrier. We're going to mix in our regat now. And Mike, you were responsible for everything boiling because you don't have glasses, so they don't steam up.
Yeah.
So you can see what you're doing.
I like that. I like that.
It's a legit concern, right?
Ah, you blind people.
Hey, you're ableist.
Yes, I am.
And we're just going to toss it here.
Nice.
Duty!
Duty! Bird duty!
Oh god! Boner, we have to eat that. Hi, Jen.
So how did Jen?
Hi, crazy hair, Jen.
Just got out of the shower. What do you want? This is how people dry their hair.
That's how crazy people dry their hair.
Look at that technique.
It's a lot to f***ing stir. So while we're waiting for Mike to stir the giant pot of like 8 pounds of pasta and 2 or 3 pounds of cheese there, I'm going to give a knife care demonstration. This is actually a really not knife I got at the dollar store for like $5, but I've had it for over a year and it's still really sharp. As we'll see later when Boner cuts up more mushrooms. No carrots though. We won't do any carrots this time. No flying carrots.
And landing on the AC adapter
So,
for the camera we're not using.
First of all, I don't put knives in dishwashers. I hand wash all my knives. Dishwashers are very tough on the edge. But when I'm done cleaning them, I take them out and I give them, using this, a couple of those each way. The technique I learned is a 35-degree angle, which is about this. 7 times on one side. 3. 7 times on the other side, same angle. Kind of like this. Be careful because you're now kind of cutting towards you here. So I kind of use a downward motion like this. 7. Then I go back 6 on each side. Then 5. Watch out, both butter.
Yeah, I'm watching out.
4, 5. And by that time you can kind of feel how it's cutting along here. If it's still rough, keep going to 4, 3, 2, and 1 on each side. We just want to keep an even balance between the two, otherwise it's going to start to bow one way or the other. It's not going to cut well anymore. But this feels pretty good. So we shouldn't have any problem cutting up any of our remaining ingredients. And still sharp, $5, pretty worth it.
Yeah.
Take care of your knives.
So what are we cutting up first?
You get the mushrooms because because the other stuff you cut up is cooked. For my big ziti, I like to add mushrooms to it and mix them in. But we have some people here who do not like mushrooms, so we're going to make them on the side. All we're going to do with these is saute them in some butter. Can I show you a trick to cutting? So
Sure.
You can cut yourself.
Show me how to cut.
You always want to cut like this, so that you're not cutting any part of yourself off by mistake.
Okay. You were getting a lot more slices out of that than I am.
Yeah. It also lets you cut quicker. I just don't want to see you lose a fifth finger in the middle of the show.
Whatever.
Because then you'll get blood all over our stuff and we can't eat.
It'll only be over
Well,
the
it would
one
just be the
mushroom.
mushrooms, so.
It would only be the one mushroom at that. So.
Well, you might freak out and just start spraying blood all over the place.
Blood?
Yeah, blood.
Mr. Detlef here is negligent, and
Yeah, it's his fault.
Boner's cutting board is sliding all the way around.
Thanks for putting your hand under the knife. BT dubs.
Boner, you know how I feel about that word.
Quick way to fix that, Boner, please pick up the cutting board, is to put a wettened paper towel under it.
Would you say damp?
Wettened!
Would you say
you?
moistened?
Moist, yes. Now it doesn't slide so much.
Is he right?
Yeah, he's right. I was gonna be like, oh yeah? Yeah!
I remember we used to cheat in gym class by wetting the bottom of our shoes so it would get more traction and we would get faster times on. I like how Michael's looking at me like, how did you cheat in gym class?
It's like grade inflation.
I was so much of a bad kid, I cheated in gym class.
I'm like out of ballroom. If you want to start on those mushrooms,
why don't you put them back into here?
Yeah, I'll put the last few into there. So why don't you go ahead and
Some
take
of my
those and
friends
start the
have a
sauteing.
ballroom.
Take the camera with you, start whatever sauteing you're gonna do.
Well, first we have to heat up the pan a little bit.
Are we going for the wavy oil?
No. No wavy oil this time. Time for Boner's fitting. We're using keychains to get.
There we go.
Is Boner locked in?
Yes, he is. And only I have the key.
I'm asleep. You do it.
It's like a car key. Rev the engine.
That is exactly how you work
That's how
Boner's engine.
Michael turns Boner on in the morning.
Hey, he was whipping me earlier with a wooden paddle.
Oh.
Viewers, let's watch butter belts. Hooray, butter.
Rolling a little late here, but we're adding mushrooms to this thing. You can see it's a lot of them. Hopefully by the end, they'll be very, very cooked down to about half of what they are now. That's how you get ants.
You making messes again?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely a mushroom.
But Boner, every guest should now throw something on your floor during their episodes. I like to toss a little bit of garlic on my mushrooms.
We're going to be drinking booze while watching My Little Pony later tonight. And unfortunately we're making ziti. Originally I wanted to try cooking up some horse meat. I thought it would be appropriate.
You were just going. We're right by Saratoga. We could just go find a horse.
Wow.
I'm also gonna try some of my pasta sauce, and the Italian method is just to do this.
Cross-contamination! You don't know where your mouth has been.
I don't know where it's been. It's going back in the pot. So I'm adding some more salt because that's what it needed. We're having it simmer so that it releases all the flavor over time. The reason I'm using quick ingredients like this is because they release that flavor that much quicker. If I was making an 8-hour sauce, I would use actual ingredients.
But we're not. But we're not doing an 8-hour sauce, Christopher. Also, we didn't want to start cooking at 9 o'clock.
We were up at 9 though.
Yeah, but we didn't want to start cooking then. We had to go get stuff.
Somebody was late last night.
Hey.
He's like, I'd rather work than him. I'm friends.
I'm doing work.
He was late.
But you're pregnant.
I'm just fat, asshole.
So how far along are you?
Are we going to have to induce soon?
What?
You induce labor.
No.
Mike isn't hip to baby lingo.
That sounds like terminology I'm not
How is your
familiar
nephew
with.
doing, by the way?
Because it involves
he
labor.
Thank God for penises! High fives around the board. No, I don't have one. You have to high five your penis bros.
The unexpected alien incursion has been a major setback.
I know exactly how to resolve it.
Unless things change, Earth will fall.
Now that our mushrooms are cooked down plenty from that big pile before, there's a lot of butter left in here. And if we let it sit for even a little bit, all that butter is going to congeal back, and this is going to be one solid chunk of mushrooms.
Yay!
Disgusting even me.
Yeah, that's great.
So now we carefully pour some out. We're probably going to lose a couple small chunks of mushrooms in the process. It's going to get on the side. We just want to wipe that off real quick. And we're stored in here until we're ready to serve because there's no other place to really put it, and I like reusing stuff. We're going to make something we're calling the... We never came up with the name
Celtic
for it.
cream, I guess?
Celtic cream. The knot, which is one of the most delicious things we found recently.
Unless you try to chug it. Do not chug it.
Here, Steph, have a swig from the bottle. Oh, she's on the floor for 5 minutes.
Steph doesn't really remember that.
I do not.
If it happens again, we do have a camera now.
No, camera's not allowed during drunk shenanigans.
It is 100 proof, which means you could probably set it on fire if you wanted to.
Drinking booze?
I was gonna say, I hear talk of drinks.
We're boozing. So that plus cream soda.
That's it.
What have you done with Jen? Jen, where did you go?
And just in homage, you go up here now.
Who are you?
Australia.
To a successful meal and pony viewing.
Right.
So Boder, the next step is going to involve cooking the beef. Because we have pork to cook, but we also have beef. I'm going to do beef first in case people don't like pork mixed in with their beef.
Who the f doesn't like pork cooked in with their beef?
Muslims, Jews, people who think pigs are people.
Pigs who think people are pigs.
All we're going to do is brown the meat and then add it to one of the pans that we have down there.
Prep that, set it aside, and then we will prep the second one.
Medium heat, you should want it cooked, you just want to brown it real fast. It's also going to cook more in the oven, so I'm actually tossing medium high. And our skillet is big enough to fit both. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay!
Hi. Hi.
Stop doing that!
Doing what? Hovering? Sounding gay? Both? Neither? Talking? Bothering? Breathing? Bodering?
Okay, I'm tempted to season the meat, but the sauce has enough seasoning in it already. Mike is worried that there won't be enough sauce for all the stuff we have.
The sauce isn't really like, you know, in regular pasta, the sauce is kind of a medium that the pasta resides in. This is just extra tomato stuff that's in along with the other ingredients.
I agree. Plus you have the cheese in here that's going to moisten it up a bit.
This is vastly opposed to chicken riggies, which you have sauce that has these various things in it. Here the sauce is a little piece of the puzzle with the pasta.
Mostly I like the meat as the main feature of this dish, but some people don't put any meat in their baked ziti. I'm dropping on your floor. Unintentionally this time. Mike, I think, called this a lasagna with ziti instead, which is not an unfair assessment of what we're cooking here.
Yeah, seeing the amount of ricotta in there does kind of resemble it a bit.
But lasagna has those big noodles that are hard to wrestle with.
Work around this you can just
layer it. This is just mix, boom, done.
Makes it boom, done, and eating is just grab a forkful and eat instead of, alright, I gotta try to keep all the layers stacked up. At least I'm OCD enough to be like, no, everything must remain stacked. They cannot mix.
Very high. Actually, I am gonna add a little garlic salt to this. And that smells delicious, butter. Not as good as the sausage is going to smell.
Oh my god, yeah.
As you guys can see, Chris is great at working meat. He does it on a daily basis.
It's true.
His up and down technique is flawless.
Did you say technique? Or technique?
No, but I did now.
Now, there is a little bit of fat left in here, so we're going to use Boder's nice trick. This is frothing.
It is kind of.
And if you leave the fat in, you're going to end up with a very soggy
dish.
Yeah. Now we need one of those guys. And just dump all that in there. 2 pounds of meat.
Smell how good that smells. Fog up that lens.
Meat fog. Which is my porn name. That look about half to you right there?
Roughly. It's roughly because we're talking about porn.
And I'm going to eyeball about half here. Then we need our mixer back. Mike!
Mike! Mixmaster Mike!
Busy getting my drink on.
Then we have this. I think the mac and cheese is just as big as the whole thing.
Yeah, well, we're not doing the whole package.
Did you say a pack of Jesus?
Yes, a pack of Jesus. So you need to measure out like 2 pounds of this, Mike.
Measure.
By weight? Yeah.
So much cheese. This is now a almost epic meal, watching it pour out like this.
Whoa, we don't talk about that, Chris. We can't use that word.
Meanwhile, the sausage that we're not doing ground sausage.
We're gonna do sausage links.
And I like that idea because, like, say on pizza, ground sausage is nice, but I always like when you get like the little slices of sausage better. So that'll be really cool in here is to have the little slices or quartered up slices, chunks instead of just ground up.
Well, let's pour this out into most of it into the other one. Pour in the noodles. Pour it here. Here's the spoon.
Okay, give me the spoon.
There we go.
Yes! Working as intended.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
All bugs are working as intended.
Okay. So, since Kate wanted this one, we're going to add some extra cheese in.
Yes, she did request extra cheese.
So this is our extra cheese one.
Wait, did you use the rest of the ground beef?
That's all the ground beef. It's all in there, Mike.
So, what? Ground beef in one and sausage in the other?
Yes! That is exactly the point. Separating
Somebody
the meat.
didn't pay attention.
Why wouldn't you use both?
Because people
some
didn't
people
want
don't
both.
want sausage. So they get beef.
You still put beef in both of them!
No.
You people.
Mike, if you want both, you get a little bit from each dish and then combine them together.
That is crazy talk, voter.
You don't cross the streams!
I'll cross as many streams as I want to.
Man,
the world.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
I don't think it was Green's abilities that killed him.
What do you even plan to do?
Find out where he went wrong.
Where he went wrong?
There's some things that should just be left alone.
Think of this gift we've discovered, Connor.
What do you think we're doing in the first place? Studying the journal so we can learn how to use it differently? It wasn't my choice to be cloaked in fear the moment I walked out of his door. Set this down and walk away. She's lost it.
Perhaps I was wrong. Maybe you are weak.
Unholy acid.
How do you say no to someone carrying a lightsaber? You don't.
Where's Connor? I don't know!
I'm done with all of this.
I can feel the hate within you. You're strong in the dark side, my apprentice.
Don't you ever say that to me!
Are you gonna slice it down the middle and scoop out the meaty bits? That's how you give a sex change operation. It was described to me in detail by an MTF.
Oh,
A little thinner? Like there?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, your career as a moil is not looking good.
Is a moil?
Snip, snip.
Why do you know that?
Because Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Thank you.
So I've been supplanted as the person cutting the sausage because Mike has a faster way to do so. So I'm going to empty this out so that he has room to put it. We've already put in the sauce, the cheese, everything in here, so your cut up quartered sausage just goes right in and will also be mixed up. And now we turn this over to the mic for more cutting.
We're cutting the sausage. Boder was doing it the I don't know how to cook way, which rhymes with hook way, which used to be his old last name.
Used to be my old last name, is no longer my old last name.
It should have been because he's a male.
I think you're missing the part where you messed up tenses.
What? Did I say it used to be?
It used to be my old last name. It is no longer my old last name. Apparently, it is still my old last name.
Boder.
You may have owned me in cutting technique, but I have served you in English.
So as I described to Chris here, You have a cooking show, but everyone teaches you cooking and cutting techniques. The reason you have so many,
it's my master plan.
The reason you have so many guest stars is not because you can cook, but so that we can teach you to cook. It should be called Voter Learns Something. Voter Learns Something. He learns that he can't cook as well.
I knew this. The entire point of this show is to help other people in my position learn how to cook.
No, I'm pretty sure Steph was like, Boder, learn how to f***ing cook.
I know.
And Boder's like, alright, I'll make a TV show. I'll make a YouTube show.
No, it was actually literally, I have a camera and I want to do something. Let's do a cooking show.
Okay.
But that's also why I give more time to everything going on instead of like, this show's over in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that and, you know.
Everyone say cheese!
This is like a bag of chips, only it's a bag of cheese.
It's so good.
No,
I love just
here's how it would be a bag of chips. Is if you had some, like marinara sauce or something on the side to dip it in, and then you ran out of sauce. So you got more sauce, then you ran out of cheese.
Now,
And
I'm
so-
sure you kids are watching that I'm using my hands to touch this already cooked sausage. One, I wash my hands, and two, it's going in the oven for 5 minutes. I'm sure it'll be fine.
At 350.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Careful, Butter, it's hot.
Thumbs up.
Now I want the spoon back.
I want my glasses back.
They're on the floor.
I know. I almost thought they were gonna go in the sink. I could put them up here and do the Hannah Hart thing, or I could put them back here and do the Guy Fieri thing.
Guy Fieri.
It's true, put it behind your head.
Sausage!
I feel like we should be imitating other cooks. No, say bam when you do it. Are we all doing dumb
I didn't
things?
because there's a knife in there!
I feel like we're all doing dumb things. Here we go.
Yeah, dumb glasses time.
I can't really do that with mine quite so much, because mine have the earpiece in
Oh my gosh, Jen, give me yours.
No.
Yes, I'm gonna double glasses.
Don't be that kid.
No, hang on. No, you know what I have to do? Hang on.
Guess not.
This is how we
I guess this is no longer about that.
glasses.
So I'm pretty sure this has more meat and cheese.
It has more meat, but not more cheese. The per volume of cheese, the cheese density in this one is greater than this one. If it isn't, it's about to be.
This is how we improve cheese density.
This is why we got the
cheese
back.
to no cheese ratio.
This is why we got the buff biceps back.
Yeah. So since we're mixing over here, we can't talk to that camera, so we'll talk to this one. The last step of a baked ziti before you put it in the oven is to nicely even it out and add cheese to the top. So there were 5 pounds of cheese in here. Sorry about it.
No, it was 5 pounds of cheese.
No extra mozzarella for you. I like to be a little liberal here.
See, I was going to say something about preferring to be conservative with cheese, but then it's like, no, that actually does make sense in a cooking dirt.
Yeah, I have to be a little bit conservative because we don't have much cheese left. And this only wanted 3 pounds of cheese. And I'm like, hey, get the big bag. You can use that for whatever leftovers you want, Butter.
Smells good.
Again? Butter, keep your glasses on. Mike fake punched me. Damn it, I will turn this kitchen around.
Tearing this family apart!
Don't get my heart, son.
Alright. These are going in here for. Oh, that's blocking. Oh, that just barely fits. That's pretty cool. So these are going in basically until we want them. What do you say? Normally they'd be in for
45 minutes at 350.
But we're doing a lower heat because they're gonna stay in there longer, so it's gonna work out.
Actually,
Cool.
that's not true. We are in fact, going to cook them at that temperature, then to make sure that they're still warm when the guests get here in an hour after that. We're gonna put it down to, if we can get it down to 150, that's awesome, but I think we can only get it down to like 200, and we're just gonna leave it that for until the guests get here. It won't cook anymore, and it'll keep it warm.
TLDR, 45 minutes at 350, and then turning it down low just to keep it warm.
Goats.
Dunk.
Let it be known to all of you! I, Marv, killed a Jedi!
Marv, you got a new job.
Oh, you bet it's great, man. Yeah, I get great pay, I can set my own hours, and other perks.
Would you stop thinking about yourself for one moment? Do you really think she'd give up her life here? She doesn't love you.
I knew you wouldn't understand. One day my life will be complete with her.
So what do we do if we find out Lord Vice is really dead?
Then we're really all that's left of the disaster that's becoming the Sith Order. If you want to deride the orders of old instead of helping with a worthy goal, that's fine by me.
He pushed further and further until it became too uncontrollable. No, he wouldn't have changed.
I cannot believe you. You will condemn him.
I am not afraid.
You will be. The authorities found you with 2 corpses in the streets and a blaster. This could be the greatest opportunity in your horrid waste of a life. What have you got to lose?
Completed the Jedi's work by completely destroying any balance the Force ever had.
You've forsaken all of the people in the galaxy who need the Jedi more than ever now. You're barely a shadow of the person I knew.
I've fought the Jedi before, and I've won. Including, I think, the ones that are coming for our poor princess.
Don't take orders from me.
You're a slave to yourself. I don't want to.
I've always been me. I never played you. I loved you.
Leave me, Jaden. After Maul, you're next. Angry, Azul? Angry because you're so utterly helpless?
I can take the Force away from you.
Party my pants. What's going on?
With lemons.
Okay, while that's cooking, we're gonna finish up some whiskey sours here. We got a pitcher. We got lemons. We got limes.
Did Life give you those lemons?
No, the store gate gave us those lemons.
Okay, so first thing we're gonna do with these lemons is we're gonna apply pressure and roll them like this. This is gonna let a lot of the juice out that's locked into the little juice packets.
Is that high C juice packets or?
Yes, it's high C juice packets.
Is it Ecto Cooler?
No. I'm just gonna simply cut it in half, and like bosses, I'm gonna hold it up so the seeds don't go into the stupid little mix unless Bodo has a little strainery thing.
It does.
Oh my god, my baby strainer!
His baby sifter! The baby sifter for baby chefs. Wait. I asked him for a sifter and he handed me that f***ing thing, and I was like, it's
So
a
now
baby
we're
sifter for baby chefs.
squeezing the lemon, getting everywhere. What we're gonna do is about a 1-to-1 on everything. So we're gonna have about 1 cup of simple syrup, 1 cup of whiskey, 1 cup of lemon, 1 cup of lime. And then you can modify that to your taste if you need it more sour, more sweet, whatever. More whiskey.
More alcohol.
That would be a lot of lemons and limes, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would say like 1 cup of lemon is a lot of lemon.
Yes, it is, which is why we got all this crap down here, because we're freaking lazy. To get that much lemon, probably gonna take maybe 30 to 50 lemons for enough to have for like a party.
I'm glad you're showing us the quote-unquote proper way to do it. I'm also glad that we're not wasting time doing it the whole way.
Fresh lemons does make a better whiskey sour, but I'm so we got a cup of lime, a cup of lemon.
Simple syrup is over here, buddy.
Cup of slurp. See how it looks just slightly thicker than water?
Nope, but I'll take your word for it.
Wait, Mike, you put in 4 cups of water and 4 cups of sugar. How many cups of liquid is that now?
6.
Thank you.
Ooh, I feel pretty good all of a sudden.
It's called 100 proof whiskey. So this is 10 high. This is the whiskey I use. This handle was about 15 bucks. Freaking amazing cheap bourbon. I use this to make just about anything when it has to do with whiskey.
Amazing or amazingly cheap?
Both.
Like your mama.
His mom is pretty nice and amazing.
I have to imagine that Dallas mom's probably a pretty chill person.
You have to thank me for this meal because that's her recipe.
Now we're probably gonna double this just because stuff, but I'm just doing this to test the consistency. And we need another wooden spoon because wood is the master race. Important thing when mixing drinks is to taste it.
It's an important thing with anything you're making.
Except for poison.
Use more whiskey.
Well, you're not supposed to taste it. That's the important thing. And there is almost 2 cups of whiskey in there. Not too sweet, not too sour. Definitely use more whiskey though.
You're not supposed to. Yeah, could use
I
more.
want to taste the smokiness of the whiskey though.
Well, the 10 high doesn't have a very smoky flavor.
It's true.
Still good. Okay, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna double that.
Because I eat people. Those chili dogs last night wasn't cow.
Like venison? Like deer?
Deer and Sally.
This little girl here, she's something special. You got your usual trail of bodies, mutilation across the county, but no one you'd miss. That is until a couple years back. She did this.
Bring me my wife and my face.
You get to eat people, I get to evade cops. I just had a great idea. When I eventually cause a car accident, I can pull the cooked corpses from the car accident, and you can have a hot meal.
That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I'm gonna hunt you down. And when I find you, I'm gonna burn my name on your forehead. I loved you.
And I loved every fight.
So now we're done. We're gonna take it out and you get to see how this should look. First of all, the apartment smells absolutely delicious, but look at that. You got that nice little brown crust on there, which is exactly what you want to see. What I'm gonna do is switch this up. So as you can see, one has a little bit more browning, so we're gonna switch these up. In fact, we could have switched them up in between.
You probably should have, but whatever.
But if it doesn't look quite that cooked after the full 45 minutes, what you want to do is broil it on high and then watch it. I'm not going to give you any kind of time, I'm just going to tell you to watch it if you put it on broil.
So we're switching these up and then putting it in for the low temperature?
Yeah, now we're just going to move the temperature down. Probably, if we can get to 200, that'd be perfect. 175 would be amazing. But let's see how low this goes. Oh my god.
I'm curious if it goes any lower than that.
Well, we're going to put it lower just to see if it goes a little. Nope. 170.
Alright, so we're gonna keep it at 170.
170 for the next couple hours until all the people arrive, and then we serve it with the awesome cheese that we got before. We still got the mushrooms from before, and I did keep a little bit of sauce in case anyone wants that on the side too. Last tip. If you make a lot of sauce like I do, or you want to make just a big pot of what you saw, these containers are amazing. Put it in here. Put it in your freezer. It'll last probably 4 months.
Yeah, I've certainly got some kept in Tupperwares, but actually I've still got some Rigi sauce left over.
Ooh, so it's mine.
Hey! We're getting started on eating. It's a little dried out. We do have a little bit of sauce.
It's only the top that's dried out. Everything else is fine.
Okay, so it's still pretty nice inside?
Yep.
Awesome. Little crunchy on top. You know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that.
I like crunch.
Got a nice crunch.
And you kind of serve it this like this. Some awesome mushrooms for the top of mine. Just a little bit, and there we go. I'm also gonna have sauce and cheese. And we'll see you over the couch for eating.
Noms,
alright. Take a bite. Does it meet with approval?
Oh, meat.
Much meat. So approval.
Wow. Lasagna.
Really good. Good job. Kudos to other guys that aren't here yet, because they're not getting it as warm and fresh as we are.
Yeah, this is definitely what it happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, and even like this is a little crunchy, but it's not bad.
Pickle.
Hey, speaking of those we gotta go. We got ponies to watch. If you like what you saw and tasted, come back next week, subscribe, check all links in the description. We're gonna go watch ponies. Have a good week.